because I don't want to leave people. Hey guys, I'm going to give a couple of minutes for people to log in. I'm super excited for today. Sorry, I was chatting here in the office. Whoop. Hey, Mike. I think I let Mike in. Yep. So I'm trying to give people a couple minutes at the beginning to get on. How is everybody's day going? You guys must be on mute because I don't hear anything.
Good. How you doing, Lori?
I'm good.
Hey, I got a question for you. So I finally got a mutual on one of the Nexus listings.
What?
Yeah.
Which one?
Joshua. I forgot his last name.
Fletcher.
Fletcher. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna like completely freak out, but I'm kind of freaking out. Like, yay! Are you just like so excited or what?
Yeah. It's been like 4 days back and forth with this.
Hey, all worth it because you're mutual now.
Yeah.
Look at you, Mike. New beard.
No, I was just busy writing the offers and don't have time to shave. No, but the question I got is, so we got on the yesterday 22nd, so we got 10-day inspection. How does it work with all this holidays coming up? Which days do I count and which one?
10 days, it's just 10 days. You don't count every single day on 10. It's only 3 days and under where you don't count Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm so excited right now. I'm just like, ee. So you want to do the inspection like 7 or 8 days because you want to have a couple of days to respond.
Yeah, I got the inspection scheduled for Monday.
You even scheduled the inspection.
Yeah, I got it scheduled.
I'm having a moment. I might tear up. Like, I'm so proud right now.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I feel like one of my, little proteges is succeeding.
Yeah, so I hope this all goes through, but I mean, he does have 20% down, so that's promising. So yeah, we'll see.
I'm so happy right now.
Yeah, this person is moving from California.
Perfect. Well, of course he has 20% down then because he's probably selling a house in California. Huh.
Yeah, so super excited with all the ones that did not make it. Finally, somebody went through.
I'm super excited. Super excited. So, yeah, I have had a crazy long day. I went up since 5 something. Did a B&I presentation to my B&I group with like 35 business owners on there. Did an 8-minute presentation, then a education moment. Like it was just like lots happening, right? Then I did the 10 a.m. interview with Tristan. Okay, so you guys don't know like how nervous I get. Tristan this morning, I was freaking out. Like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna say? What's gonna happen? And I had no like really downtime between B&I and the interview with him. And then I couldn't get on the Zoom. Okay, so I'm cracking up at myself because you just have to log in as a participant and then Tristan like makes you a co-host or whatever. Yeah. So I kept logging out, trying to figure out how to log in correctly. So that's how it started. But anyways, within like 3 minutes I was on and everything was good. So I am now just kind of waiting to see what people like, what happens online with it and what people think and all that fun stuff. But yeah, my day, it's literally been like boom, 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 boom. And now I'm on here and hopefully closing on my house today.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I've
Congrats.
been in negotiations on it for, it's a solid 6 months. Because the person who, so I'm buying from an estate who is represented by an attorney. So I've lived there this whole time, right? Paying rent on a house I've been in contract on because the payee, the University of Washington, said that they thought that the house was worth like $800 and something thousand. And I'm like, haha, no, that's not what I'm paying. So we've been going back and forth. I had to have an appraisal done, like all this junk, right? So now I'm like, just sign today, attorney, just sign. I signed yesterday, brought in my down payment. So now I'm just like this, waiting. Do I get a house for Christmas? So yeah, that's the way my day has gone. It's fun though. I like it when I have full days and I'm not like, oh, what to do, you know? So there was a bunch of stuff I wanted to go over with everyone again, just because I keep getting the same stuff showing up on Brokerment. Does everyone know how to search office listings on the Northwest MLS? I see Vlada saying yes. Yeah, because is there anyone on here that wants me to review that again? Well, I'm on. All right, well, if you want me to, I will. Because I want to send out an email with all of Nexus active listings so that we all can share. I mean, I want to see Nexus listings on like every single real estate buy, sell, every Facebook group out there, like advertise them. I've been sharing, I put Kim Giles' condo because I was talking to her about her condo that's listed in Bellevue, and they price dropped. It was like 30 or 40, maybe even more, thousand just this last week. And I'm like, we need to definitely get that info out because there's nothing of that size and everything else price wise in Bellevue. So I think that's a great one to share. I'm actually gonna pull up, hold on, share screen. Whee. Let me get on here. There we go. We'll pop on here. All right, so I'm just gonna pull stuff real quick. Because I just want to see if there's anything new that came on. Go, there we go. Looks like a couple things sold. So we had like 9 last night. Now we have 7. I don't know. It depends what you guys want to share, right? And what area you're trying to market in. But we've got, you know, new construction in Tacoma. We've got a 55 and over in Bonnie Lake, Renton residential land, Seattle condo in Capitol Hill. That's for rent. Here's the condo I was telling you about in Bellevue that just price dropped. Oh, it was like 24,000. They price dropped. And then Osama also has a condo in Bellevue listed as well. And then looks like a house in Arlington. So those are all, you know, available for you guys to share any and all the time. So definitely do share. All right, then go back to my list. Submitting on BrokerMint. All right, does anybody, I'm gonna screen share again. Go back, hold on. Sorry, I made a list of everything I wanted to go over. Oh, I might be sharing, if you guys can see the screen, you can see what we're at before the end of the year. Total sales for Nexus for the year were 118,803,345. I am super proud of those figures and insanely excited to see what next year brings. For anyone who, you know, has a question, is that good for this size brokerage? That's phenomenal. Truly, truly, truly phenomenal. I was looking at the amount of closings this month already, and we were over 9 million this month already. So we've seen like a pretty steady increase all year. And I have just been so dang excited about watching the figures go up and seeing what everybody's doing. So keep doing what you're doing, you guys. I'm really proud of these numbers. Of course, I would love to see those numbers like triple next year, because I'd love to see the brokerage double in size and everyone here, you know, do even more. That would be awesome. Sorry, I'm just looking for an address. So hold on. I wanted to show you guys one of the things. So this is my transaction, but of course it shows transaction owner as Masha because Masha does my transaction coordination. Yay! For anyone who doesn't have a transaction coordinator, I always say do it. Best $250 you can spend. So one of the cool things that I wanted to make sure that you guys saw, right, was when you see the forms on here, right, always make sure that after you upload the form, oh, you can't do it right now because I don't have anything uploaded. Sorry, I was trying to use one of my transactions, but right here, there's an action that says submit. And in order to make sure that I am seeing those documents, you've got to make sure that you actually are clicking submit. Because if you're not clicking submit, you're not going to have me see the documents. As much as I wish that there was like 3 of me and I could just go ahead and go through this entire software all the time and just see, oh, okay, you know, what transactions are missing documentations? What haven't I looked through yet? You have to hit submit on there. So it's definitely something that you want to do. Okay. So does anyone have questions on how to submit anything in Brokerment? Anybody? All right. So one of the other things that I wanted to really talk about was, I know a lot of times people call me and they just want me to give them the answer. And I believe in teaching someone how to fish rather than just handing you a fish. Because if I start showing you where to look for information, how to find it, it's shocking to me how many people don't know how to work the MLS and look up like a different agent's numbers, right? I'm all about educating you guys and empowering you to be able to take a look. A lot of times when we're in a transaction, it is nice to kind of know a little bit of background about the agent on the other end. Like, you know, if you're dealing with someone who hasn't actually had a transaction in 10 years, it's kind of good to know that, right? So, you know, going in and pulling the information, it's the same as pulling our active listings, except you put sold and then you put their lag number under selling agent or listing agent. If you're seeing how many listings they've had or how many buyers they've represented, you can pull that information all the time, right? So I have people call me all the time and say, oh, you know, can you do this on this transaction? And I'm going to say, you need to go talk to the planning department. You need to go talk to, you know, the city to see what the zoning is. Because rather than guessing or thinking, oh, you know what, I did a transaction in that city 4 years ago, so all the laws are going to be the same. I want to teach you guys where to search, how to find the information so that you guys are getting not only the information, but you're learning the process of how to find the information. I think that's really important. The last thing that about legal stuff, we're not attorneys. Okay, yes, Sunny and Pavel, you're attorneys. The rest of us are not attorneys. Don't give legal advice. Even if you know the answer, like, you know, you're in a situation where you've got a married buyer. Does anyone know, can they buy that property without acknowledgement from their spouse?
No.
That's right. So can we legally be like, no, that's the law, you have to do this?
No.
So what do?
You can contact your attorney and talk to the escrow agent.
Oh my gosh, it's like you read my mind, Mila. You read my mind
right now.
Yes, that is exactly what you want to do. Like, we always want to be there for our clients. Like, I have a client, bless his heart. Oh my goodness, he was my high maintenance client this year. He was a seller and he had all kinds of questions for me all the time. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I can't answer that. You got to talk to your CPA. Oh, you've got to do this. Here, do you want a recommendation on a couple CPAs I know? And so I would always be helpful and provide him with information, but I would not ever say this is the way it's going to go. Even though my sister's a CPA, even though I know, you know, the fact that he has been owner occupied in that house for how long? I mean, it's been at least 10 years, right? He's not going to have capital gains. He's not, right? Now, can I tell him, no, you're not going to have capital gains? No, because I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax attorney. So I always am like, oh, consult, you know, a CPA. I will give them my CPA's information and have them talk to him all day, but I won't say this is the way it is. Sometimes I'll send them a link to like the IRS website that is about, you know, capital gains on primary residences so that they can look for themselves. But again, sending a link to a website, that's okay. Telling them, yes, this is the way it's going to be, not okay. So always refer to attorney. I can't tell you how many times I'm like, oh, you know what? I think I might know the answer to this, but I really think this would be best answered by an attorney. Use it. You know, I'm happy to give people attorney referrals if you ever need one to refer your client to, because what the client needs to understand is we're not attorneys, and attorneys charge by the hour. It's about $3.75 for a good one, minimum. So, you know, always give them that option. They can also Google. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've been like, oh, did you Google that? I mean, honestly, guys, the internet, you can find all kinds of wonderful information there. So we went over a couple of the end of year numbers. Now, here's the thing. We aren't going to have final numbers till the end of the year, right? I'm really, really hoping we get over 120 million. So come on, guys, 1.2 million left to close. I have 300,000 closing today. Any of the rest of the closings that were supposed to happen this month going to happen? Anybody? Masha's saying yes. I'm like, yeah.
I have one too. I have one closing on the 30th.
Yay! Okay. I'm like, let's just get over. I had a $700,000 Seattle deal that continued into January today. So I was like totally confident. I was like, oh, I've got $1 million that's going to close by the end of the year. We've got this 120 million. Now I'm like, uh-oh, let's get there, guys. So hopefully we'll get to the 120 million. I just feel like that's kind of a nice number. So we'll see. We don't know for sure. So did anybody, hold on. Just checking to make sure I got everything. There we go, that I was planning on talking about. Oh, the kind of goal setting that I'm doing in January. We're going to get all of that website set up. There's like a registration website, and we have Tristan, Arian, Pavel, and me. We're our presenters. So I'm super excited because I'm going to do goals. Tristan's going to be doing like a daily schedule to tell you what he does. Does everyone know who Tristan is, by the way?
No.
Okay. Tristan was the co-founder of Lab Coat Agents, which has, Masha, do you know how many 100,000 people are in lab coats?
I think around 300,000.
About 300,000 members or people that are part of the group. And so he's got he turned that into like a business. He does seminars, he does trainings, he does coaching, all of that fun stuff, right? So he's also a broker still, but he does all of this other stuff. So the Lab Coats events bring a lot of people, right? So I did an interview with him this morning. I was so nervous. I don't get like starstruck. I mean, unless I meet Glenn Plake again. If you guys don't know who Glenn Plake is, I'm sorry for you, because it means that you're not real skiers or, you know, into, if you guys have ever heard of like, what's it called? The new people that like do like BMX stuff, they're not new probably to you guys, but like Nitrous or Nitro Circus. Anybody know about those people? Anyway, Glenn Plake was like an extreme sports person back before they were even called extreme sports. We were down in Vegas at that big jump that they did. So I was down there, and all these girls are like fawning over like the Jackass stars. And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? This guy puts staples in his butt. Like, that's really like who you're fangirling over? Wow. So I keep walking. And I was with Tyler, my sister, and my brother-in-law. And I like stop in my tracks, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Glenn Plake. And everyone looked at me like, what is wrong with her? I literally fangirled like I had never, I mean, I've met so many famous people when I used to live in Vegas. Nobody, I'd be like, oh yeah, no big deal. Glenn Blake was like my high school, he was an extreme skier with the crazy mohawk that he like put glue in it. Anyways, that was my fangirl moment. So I had that kind of a little bit with Tristan today because I don't like know him. I've never talked in person to him ever before. So here I am like on this live webinar having to be like, okay, what's he gonna ask me? I didn't get any pre-questions, so I couldn't prepare answers. It was, yeah. So that's nerve-wracking for me. If you ever wonder like what makes me nervous, live without any idea topics that he's gonna hit in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah, that makes me freak out. So that was what I did today at 10 a.m. It's going to be online. You guys can see it later. Hopefully I didn't embarrass us too bad. And if I did, you guys don't have to tell me. We can just leave it at, you know, she'll get better next time. So anyways, that was something I want to talk to you guys about is the goals. Tristan's going to be in our January. I told him I would do this if he did mine. And so he's going to be coming, you guys. And this is a real estate person. I mean, I've met Tony Robbins. I have met some pretty awesome people, and Tristan makes me fangirl. So come in January, sign up. It doesn't cost anything. You guys get the opportunity to learn daily like scheduling and what he does to prepare for his day in order to run the empire that he has. That's pretty awesome. Then we have leads, where we're talking about lead generating, how to do it. And that's a conversation with Arian from Nexus Meeting. I'm going to be doing the goals. So it's going to be once a week, right? And we're going to have all of these, you know, really cool topics and opportunities for learning. So definitely want you guys to participate. And I'm super excited for that because I think having goals and a plan definitely makes a huge difference. So I'm trying to empower you guys by giving you the tools that you need in order to have 2021 be the best year ever for you. Because I really want to see everyone here do amazing things and not be those brokers who, when it's a great market, we're doing great. But when the market starts to slow down or we have more competition with buyers or sellers and all that good stuff, like I don't want to see us drop off. I want to see us, you know, I mean, if we want to talk like super goals, I would love to see us at like 500 brokers next year, but I will be thrilled if we get to 150. That's, I just think that's great, but I don't hire people just to have numbers. I want brokers who are learning, that are interested in, they show up, they collaborate, all of those things. So it's not just numbers. I mean, literally, it's not that difficult to get 150 useless licenses. That's not what I'm committed to. It's not what I'm excited about. I want you guys to be surrounded by the best and learning from the best. And we just keep taking it up to another level.
So where do we have to go, Lori? What do we have to do to participate?
Just sign up online. We'll be emailing out
Oh, okay.
a registration. It's just a click. It's like this. It'll be on Zoom.
Okay, we'll get an email. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. The last thing that I wanted to find out is, what do you guys want to see next year from Nexus? Not all at once.
I mean, I love this. I love this. This motivates me. With you coming on board and doing the weekly meetings really motivated me. So I like it. I feel like there is a base and there's maybe more team building so that we can kind of work together on stuff.
Awesome. So just more team building.
Yeah, like
That's-
resources. I mean, for example, I'm not a very busy agent. I don't want to be that busy, but if I have one or two client every 2 months, I'm happy with that. Sorry, I know that's not,
No,
but
you know what? The average broker closes 2 deals a year.
okay,
Mhm.
that makes me feel better. But
So guys, if you're doing 6 to 10 a year, you're above average, way above average. So that's kind of like my sweet spot. Here's the thing. If you're a part-time broker and you have a full-time job, if you're closing 2 a year, you're doing awesome. Like, I'm thrilled with that. If you are doing, as a full-time broker, I really feel like in order to live, you should be doing like 6 a year, right? Kind of depends on your price point. I mean, we can't all be Dima. It'd be great if we could, but we can't all be Dima. It'd be a little boring if we were all Dima too, but we'd have a lot of cute dogs. So, that's why I say, if you're doing it full time and you do 6 a year, that's awesome. You're doing 3 times what the average agent does. So don't feel like, oh, Lori has this goal or that goal. You guys don't know what my goals are for you. Don't assume you do. Don't assume I'm like, I want you all closing $1 billion. No, I'm committed to helping you get to where you want your goals to be. I've always said, I don't set your goals. You guys do. Then I say, okay, here's the steps that you need to do in order to do your goals. You choose to do the steps. You choose what you're getting paid. You choose all of that. I don't. So that's what I'm about. So what other things, we're doing the goal setting and the training during the month of January. So we'll do some more training seminars to create more teamwork and all of that. Absolutely. What else do you guys want to see next year?
Like more lead generation, how to generate leads.
Vlada's here. So she said she wants to see more lead generation, how to generate leads. That is one of the topics of January's seminar. That's with Arian, right? Because I'm going to talk about something that I've been launching and I've been searching, trying to get better sources and data, right? Because having somebody call, getting leads, that's not the hard part. It's getting quality, right? Because getting farm lists and all that stuff, like, it's not always great data. So I'm searching for kind of the place that has the best phone numbers, the best email addresses, all of that, because I want to get you guys up here when it comes to lead generation, where everybody else is down here. One of the other things that we're going to be talking about is apps, online, social media marketing, like all of those things we're also going to be going through. So anything else anybody wants to see?
Hey, I got a question, Lori. Are we still staying with KV Core for next year?
That's a great question, Mike. I really want to go look at a software called Follow Up Boss. And when I go look at Follow Up Boss, I'll let you know. But right now, I would not plan on us staying with KV Core past January. So like February 1st. So my goal would be to start the new system like mid-January, so that you have like 15 days or 20 days even to make sure all the stuff migrated correctly, the plans are working, trainings. I'm not the state of Washington where I'm going to just shut off a system and expect the new system to work. I don't know how many of you guys remember the fiasco. It was like 6 days after I started here. The state switched systems and they lost like a ton of their data. The website didn't work at all. It was like 35 to 45 days where no brokerage could move licenses.
I remember that.
Uh-huh. So I won't do that to you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
That will not happen here. Not on my watch. So I am meeting with Follow Up Boss before the first of the year to see what they can do. And that's when we'll figure it out. But I will definitely have both systems running simultaneously for a minimum of 15 days. Because if the new system is not what it promises, if there's issues with connectivity, if data wasn't transferred properly, I mean, there's so many different things. You can tell I've done a few data migrations in my lifetime, right? We will make sure that nothing gets lost, that everything is transferred correctly, all of that good stuff before we cut off anything. Does that answer?
So it's already set in stone that we're gonna move away.
It's not set in stone,
Okay.
no, but I'm definitely open to conversations because a lot of the stuff that I said needed to happen to KB Core just hasn't happened. I really wanted them to schedule another training so that you guys that are using it could have a conversation, say, what about this? What about that? They never even followed up with me. They haven't been responding to my repeated requests. There's an issue with the phone numbers. There's just a lot that's not being managed. And I'm very patient and understanding person, but there comes a point where you just go, okay, it's not working, you know, because if it's not working, it's not working. But like I said, you have until probably at least January 30th before KB Core would be shut.
All right.
Mike, I think you're the only one that likes KB Core, by the way.
Oh,
Just so
thank
you
you.
know.
No, I like it too. Yeah, are we? Can we keep it after? Like, if we switch to another, can we keep our account?
Like your own personal account?
No, the one we have.
The brokerage account?
Yeah. No.
No, I mean, unless you want to foot the entire couple $1,000s a month bill. I think it's like $3,000 a month that we're paying right now.
Mike and I can split it. I'm just kidding. We're not.
Okay, so side gig. Masks are in, right? Just, you know, borrow some money from a bank. Just go in, ask, you can wear your mask, you'll be good.
Well, why bank when you can get money from a PPP loan?
There you go, Mike. Thinking outside the box. So, anybody else have anything that they want to see us do next year? Because I'm doing like mission, vision, goals, revamp for Nexus that will be rolling out because I'm all about goals and having a plan. And here's the thing, I love spontaneity. Like, I'm that girl that would be like, yes, let's drive to the ocean at the drop of a dime. But I also like to have a framework for a plan. Even if you're flexible within different things of that plan, I like having a plan.
Lori, you know, at the very beginning when you came on, you said you had 4 or 5 people that could coach with you. Are you still continuing with that, or that's over?
I've been doing coaching the whole time.
Sign up for it, because I thought we were limited to how many people could sign up with you.
No.
Oh, we can sign up with. Okay.
Yeah. I'm still coaching. It's fun, Mike.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it? I'm like, here, where's your KGB spotlight now, Mike?
Hey, yesterday I was waiting for a call back. I never got one.
Yesterday, I did not call you back. You are correct.
I was like, is she all right? Or does that mean she never made it out the door? I was like,
I ended up dealing with, this is the deal that I was telling you about in Seattle where they ended up extending,
yeah.
and I was on the phone. The lender was screaming at me because he thought that I was holding up escrow, which was not the case. It was the seller. It's new construction. There, literally, it was like they weren't talking to each other, and everybody, it just turned into this giant atomic, like a bunch of egos got involved, and that's how my day was spent on the way to signing and all this stuff. It was not good. So you're probably not the only person
All
from
right.
yesterday that, yeah, I will definitely make sure that we have the most amazing call this week. But
Thank you.
other than yesterday, how
It's
has
good.
coaching been?
No, it's good. Yeah, it's moving along, pushing along. Yeah, I feel like
I'm ecstatic that you got something mutual. Like ecstatic. Yes,
I'm excited that it was a Nexus
I am too.
listing. That was
'Cause
the
you
whole goal.
literally did what I said on last week's phone call. I'm like, come on, you guys, I want to see more cross sales. Mike's like, I got you. That's so awesome. So yeah, that's Mike and I talk every week. I mean, every once in a while he's got a, different meeting because he has another job too, or, something like yesterday happens. But overall, we've had really great communication. It's been good. So yeah, absolutely, go. Just let me know.
Well, thanks.
Anybody else have anything that they want to see next year?
Hey, is there a way to kind of create a kind of promotional video for the clients about Nexus? Like some folks like, hey, I never heard about it. Like same thing, I never, like somebody said you use the escrow company. I was like, is that like company, or is that like, you mean you're gonna provide me an escrow name? They're like, no, that's the escrow company is the company. I was
I
like, I
kind of
never
love
heard
that
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I kind of love that idea. And I think I'm going to put that on my, yes, let's do something, because I hear that a lot. Because I feel like it could be for buyers, sellers, and brokers. I mean, you could do one video about Nexus that really could go out to anybody. That's the cool thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if that could be on our website, that would be really great.
It absolutely would be. It would go onto the brokerment, the back end, right? So you guys would have access to it to send out.
I meant our own, like Nexus website. When you go on it, there's not really much on there, So
Yeah, we don't really have a website for like consumers per se.
that's what
I think
if a customer goes on there, then at least they see some activity in there as opposed to just a page, So it would be more, I don't know, it would give us more, what is the word? I can't think of the word. It would give us credibility.
would have
Credibility, that's the word.
Yeah.
It would give us credibility, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I have to see what that takes because I'm not a web designer, and I can't be like, yeah, we can do that, because again, I'm not a web designer, but I'm happy to say, hey, what would this take? Because I think doing that video that just says a little bit about Nexus, I think that would be good just to put out there in general, just so that people kind of have an idea. Oh, okay, Nexus. Because there's a lot of people that haven't heard of us. One of the things that I think is awesome is I have a VA calling all the brokers we did cross sales with all year to get their take on Nexus. Because if they have a negative feedback or they're like really angry, I want to have the opportunity to talk to them and say, okay, so what happened? You can't always fix everything. There's a lot of situations where it is what it is. But I think the more you reach out to people and communicate with them, the more that they see, oh, okay, they actually care about their reputation. They care about what my experience was, because that's a big deal. And so I think having, some promotional videos, just some more fun stuff. I think that that's a great idea.
So hold on, you're saying that my website is gonna go away next month?
What website?
Well, I use the website through
Oh,
KV
KV
Core.
Core. Yeah, but we'll have a different one where you can transfer the same URL when you change. Okay, so you probably haven't switched CRMs before. I have. So you own the name of the website.
Yeah.
So when you move to a different CRM, they still give you this website. It might look slightly different, right? But it's going to have the same basic features. So then you just direct that site there. So it won't go away.
Okay.
That's why we
Sounds-
have overlap to make sure, okay, everything's working.
Okay. Okay.
Don't
So
worry.
how is like, so I'm paying for some extra features on KV Core. Is that gonna be like part of the cancellation on your end, or the hit to cancel on my end, or how will that? Do I need to start now?
don't have the answer to that because
All
I
right.
haven't canceled and I haven't, you
All
know,
right.
but I promise any questions, like I said, we're going to have a nice time period. It's not going to be like day, you know, because I know companies that do that. And I think, yes, it's eating a cost, but I think it's important that we have that time where we have them both running to make sure everything's working, to make sure that, you know, if you have paid for advertising, because I'll pay for like 6 weeks at a time, right, on
Yeah.
KV Core. Well, if I have a 6 weeks ad, I mean, here's the thing. If I just bought it yesterday and I'm losing like 3 days, who cares? I don't want to lose, you know, 4 or 5 weeks of paid advertisement. That's not good business. So again, that's why I'm saying, hey guys, this could happen. Don't sign up for the 6-week ad on KV Core. So just give me an opportunity to get that. Like I said, I'm meeting with Follow Up Boss because that's the one that a lot of people are recommending. Like not 1 or 2, but a lot. So I think it's always important when you have top producers and they're recommending a product to look at it.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. So does anybody else have anything that they want to see next year? That's it? Okay. I thought that there'd be a lot more insights. I'll probably get emails with a lot of ideas, which is fine. It was just, I thought that a lot of people would say, oh, I want this, I want that. So we will have our final end of year numbers. We won't have them next week because we still have the 30th and the 31st, but we'll be really close to knowing if we made it to the 120 million. Come on, everyone, 120 million. I don't know. I think it sounds cool. Am I the only one? I suppose. All right. Well, thank you, as always, for being here on a Wednesday and spending your, 46, 47 minutes with me. And I'm so excited that I got to be part of Nexus this year. I have absolutely loved it. I'm getting that kind of thankful, mushy feeling around the holidays, guys. So I have been looking at, what I want to do differently, what I want to keep the same, and what I want to do more of. So I just really have enjoyed being here, and I'm really excited about next year. There's a lot coming up. So if you guys are part of the goals, you're going to get a sneak peek because I'll be sharing my goals, and then you can put one and one together. So it's a lot of really cool, exciting stuff. Like, I think it's really big and exciting stuff. So we'll see what you guys think. So again, thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing all of you guys next week. Hopefully nice and plump from having lots of holiday meals and enjoying yourselves and relaxing. All right, guys. And I am available via phone. I will be available pretty much anytime except for Christmas Eve night past 6 p.m. until Christmas morning at like 10:30. Other than that, I'm available. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.